Hi guys, happy September, if that's a thing, because I know it's a stressful month for many of you, whether it's starting school again, moving to a new school, going into an exam year, going to college for the first time, or of course moving on from education and trying to work out what the next step is. Um, I suppose what I wanted to do was to check in with you, to update you on the work of AsIAM, and to hopefully make this a new monthly thing that we do so you're aware of what AsIAM has been doing the past few weeks, what we're hoping to do for the next few weeks. And I think also it's an opportunity for us to reflect on our own work and how it's relevant to what's going on at the moment. We know that education is a real issue within our community, and that's why we've decided that every month now, AsIAM is going to have a theme on its website where we'll try and deliver content that's really relevant to the community at that moment in time. So this is our first month, and the focus so far has been education. You might have seen some of the content from Dr. Alison Doyle about starting college. Later this week, I'll be visiting the Trinity Disability Service and giving you a report on how disability services work in college and how you can access them. And of course, we're very busy visiting many schools around the country, and there's also some really new and exciting features coming out on the website. I don't want to spoil them all here, but what I'll say is we have articles scheduled for every week of this month, and there's some really cool interactive features coming, so I'd ask you to get involved. Education is something that AsIAM is really passionate about, and it also ties in so well with what can often be our focus of young people, because we know that young people can change attitudes and will be the people who will change Irish society and make it more inclusive for people affected by autism. I'm really honoured on the 15th of September to be giving the opening keynote at the JMB conference. The JMB is the representative body for all the voluntary secondary schools in the country, so the principals and the boards of management of that organisation. So I'm going to be speaking for about an hour about autism and the education system, what's worked well, what's challenging, and what really needs to change, and how we really need to change attitudes in education. I'll be sharing my own experiences of the education system and what we've experienced in AsIAM and the work that we do. But I really want to put your voice centre stage at that conference to deliver the message that is also important. So what we're doing, one of our new features, is tomorrow morning from 7 a.m. there'll be a competition you can enter on our website where you answer a few questions about your education experience, whether you're a parent of someone with autism or a person with autism themselves. You'll have your voice heard at the JMB conference. And of course, you can also win a little present. So this month we've got a great new book, 1001 Great Ideas for Teaching and Raising Children with Autism and Asperger's. So it's a really good practical resource from Ellen Nobohm, who some of you may know. So do get in touch, do let us know your views. And of course, if you feel there's anything that you'd like to tell us a little bit about in more detail around the education system, you can email us as you can with any issue to info@AsIAM.ie. Other than that, we've continued to work really hard on the different projects that we've been running. Our public sector training is really gathering pace. So to date, we've engaged with 14 different public services around trying to make what they do more accessible. Because being autism aware isn't just a nice thing to do, it's actually an accessibility issue. People with autism have accessibility issues, and our families have as much of a right to expect to be able to access public services as those who don't have autism. So we've had a really warm reception from the public services to date. We've held a national training day, we've engaged with quite a number one-to-one, and we're also looking forward to a local authority training day in the coming weeks, as well as launching a new online resource. Stay tuned for that, because this will be a way that any public servant anywhere in the country can take an online course and learn about autism in a practical way. And you're the people who can bring that to public services in your community. Katie and I have also been working very hard on our Autism Experience exhibition, which some of you may have heard about, kindly supported by the Department of Justice and Equality. And this is a way, I suppose, that we're trying to make it easier to step into the shoes of somebody with autism and understand what it's actually like. Because everyone's heard the word, lots of people watch The Big Bang Theory and know who Sheldon is, very few people actually understand it. Or perhaps at times there's a risk that we think it's just something for education, it's not something for our community. I think particularly young people can get that message. So what we're trying to do with this exhibition is enable people to step into the shoes of somebody with autism and really understand it in a practical, meaningful way. So we've held the exhibition in Dublin and Wicklow, but that was at the summer months and it's a challenging thing to do, but we've still had nearly 500 people see the exhibition to date. But in the next couple of weeks we'll be announcing new dates for around the country over the coming weeks, so I hope people can keep their eyes peeled for that and try and make an effort to attend, because I think it's really enjoyable. But don't restrict it to yourself. Don't think it's just something for members of the autism community. You know what it's like. We really need you to bring your friends, your family, the people in your community, so we can learn and then start an So that's an overview to some of the work that we've been doing. As usual, we're also engaging in lots of different events around the country, engaging with lots of different policy work, which is something that we consider very important as well, and working with all sorts of different partners to try and make this a success. Our door is always open to try and work with as many different people as possible, and really to try and be a representative voice for our community. We're very small. It's only myself, Grania, and Katie, but we do what we can and when we can. So if there's ever anything you think we should be considering or that we can help with, you can email us on info@AsIAM.ie. So that's really just an update on what we were up to in the last few weeks and for the next few weeks. I look forward to checking in again in October, where we'll have a new focus on our website other than just education, and also where I hope at that stage Grania's been working really hard in our conference and plans for next year. So I hope maybe the next time we talk that I might be able to give you a little update on that. And I suppose the final thing to just say is to stay engaged, visit our website, and keep an eye out for AsIAM events in your area, or events that I'm attending in your area. I'm looking forward in the next few weeks to visiting Limerick and to visiting a number of events in Wicklow and Dublin. But we're always engaging with different things, and we generally put them up on our website and on social media. So stay tuned. Thank you